Fox losing big time right now. They're on the cold list, man. Amazon Prime is absolutely killing Fox in broadcast coverage. I'm telling you, it is amazing. Carl Edwards, Corey LaJoy, Danielle Trotta, everybody that's involved in that broadcast right there is showing you why, as well as the network, side by side. Me and Lawrence were talking, I don't know, was it last 50 laps or 100 laps or whatever it is. There's no commercial breaks. It's amazing. I absolutely love it. What's going on, y'all? I'm Brandon Atlanta Man Bang, coming to you live right here, Coach's Corner, the center of the universe, Thunderbolt, Georgia. Another episode of Rubbin' and Grubbin'. Rubbin' is racing, grubbin' is tasting. Man, I hope everybody's having a great Wednesday. Kids are out of school. I'm sure moms at home are going crazy right now. Been raining all day here. But I tell you what, man, we're going to try to brighten it up. Got a lot of good NASCAR news, man. I tell you that. Things are definitely heating up moving into the summertime. So we're going to run them down. If you're new to tuning into the show, the way we like to start it out is what we call the word of the day, okay? I have no idea what this word is going to be. Matter of fact, I got to look because we didn't do one last year. My daughter graduated high school, so had to go give her a big shout out. Big shout out to Kaylee Bain. Happy graduation, baby. I'm proud of you, Boogie. I appreciate that, and keep up the good work for sure. But last week's word was 600, and obviously maybe the week before going into that, you know, I mentioned the Coca-Cola 600 a few times. So hopefully you had a pretty good buzz. But I like to say it's age appropriate as well. If you're under 21, man, grab something sweet, play along, stay up all night. It's summertime. That's what it's all about for sure. So again, this week's word is going to be, I have no idea, y'all, but play along. So getting into that NASCAR news, man, I tell you what, young Ryan Blaney finally conquers the Dragon and gets the win on the season. I tell you, the guy has been fast all year. Just hadn't been able to close them out or had some mishaps whenever they were fast. So glad to see him get it done there in the Music City at Nashville. I'll tell you what, long time, well-deserved. So hats off to Ryan Blaney and that 12 team there for sticking with it and finally getting it done for sure. So the biggest news to me, which we're going to talk about this a little bit more, but Atlanta Motor Speedway has renamed or rebranded, which we'll get into in a little bit, Echo Park Speedway. But more details on that another point in time in the show. We're going to save that rant for a little bit for sure. So I don't know if you guys tuned in there in Nashville, but great races all weekend, and Friday night was no exception. That truck race there Friday was awesome. Me and Lawrence had a few trucks in there. He accidentally took the 17 instead of the 71, but you know, at the end of the day, big win there for Raja as well. You know, had a good truck there all night. Came out of nowhere there towards the end. Corey Heim and Lane Riggs seemed to have it down packed. But I tell you what, man, what a good run there for Raja, and showing you why, you know, the talent's coming to fruition for sure there for that young driver. We'll see what he can do. You know, Corey Heim's the guy to beat in the truck series, man. We'll see moving forward if he can't put himself in position to contend for some more wins. But big win there for that 71 truck with Raja. So a little bit more news, man. NASCAR, very interested in upping the horsepower, man, going back to maybe 750. And it's a fine line, I guess. You know, drivers want as much as they can get. I think it's cost effectiveness of what engine builders can get out of the engine without having to either have a new block or a different style engine, and cost logistics of it all. But at the end of the day, I think 750 would do great, whether it's on all truck, you know, smaller tracks, or it's at every track. It'll do great. It's going to be interesting to see what they do, but at least we're trying to be proactive and move in a way that is also going to make the drivers happy, which I think in turn will obviously put a better product on the racetrack itself. So we'll see what happens for sure. So if you guys haven't yet, man, go out, like, share, follow, all that social media out there. Lawrence does a great job. You can find us out there on X, Instagram, Facebook, but most importantly, subscribe to the damn YouTube channel, y'all. I'm telling you, that's where it's at. Giving away all kinds of stuff this year. We got some new stuff coming up, man. Just in the meantime, next time William Byron, just a heads up, wins a race, this is going out to a William Byron fan or somebody that subscribes and follows the show for sure. We'll get you guys all in a hat and draw you randomly. But I tell you what, it's a Jeff Gordon 2012 line now. I got the box. It'll come in the box, but only time it's ever opens to come up here. But anyways, trying to give it away. So make sure, again, you subscribe, follow that YouTube channel out there. Hopefully, the more eyes we get on the charitable events we do here at Coaches, hopefully the more money we raise for all these charitable causes as well. And that's what it's all about. All stays local in the community as well, man. Big shout out right there. So NASCAR, man, looking for 25 million from Charlotte to upgrade the NASCAR Hall of Fame, which this will be the first big overhaul it's had since it's been open. It's probably due. Technology's changing that good bit, and I think you can make it more interactive. Really neat deal. Hopefully they go through with it. If not Charlotte, maybe the state goes through with it and helps them out there. But interested to see what it'll be after. Might have to take a trip up and check that out for sure. So, got to give credit where credit's due as well. Big shout out there to Kyle Petty. I tell you what, the man this year alone, after the Kyle Petty ride, Victory Junction Gang, $1.4 million raised. I tell you what, hats off, man. That's what it's all about. Using that name, using his fame, using the career, and getting people together, doing something that everybody loves, riding bikes and motorcycles up there and raising money for kids in need and charity, man. So, awesome deal. Hats off, if not for anything else. Hats off to Kyle Petty for that, for sure. So a little bit of news coming out of the Xfinity series, kind of hinting that way. Rumors are swirling, little Gator, Justin Allgaier might be hanging it up after this year, full time in the Xfinity series, which I tell you what, there was a stat I read today I didn't know. Top 10 leader in Xfinity series history. Got more top 10s than Mark Martin and Kyle Busch and all these other guys. It's a lot to think about. He's almost batting 500. On a career starts to career top 10. So a really good career there for that guy. And hopefully he stays around. We'll see. Xfinity definitely going to need some veterans down there to help corral the young stallions, if you will. But we'll see what they do. But at the end of the day, either way, hats off. Great career down there for Justin Allgaier if he does decide to retire. So that'll wrap it up for the NASCAR news, man. We are getting into that checkered flag for charity. If you are new to tuning into the show, the way we like to do it is whatever car number wins, we donate in. The 12 won. It's always going to be the 20 of Christopher Bell. Bring us up to $592 this year on just checkered flag for charity alone. So big deal. Like I tell you guys all the time, when you come into coaches, doesn't matter what it is, nickels, pennies, dimes, 1020s, 150s, whatever you got to donate in for the good cause that all stays local in the community, throw it in, man. That's what it's all about ultimately. So like I say, coming up, checking out these shows, bring a little bit extra cash, cooler full of joys, all kinds of stuff we're giving away throughout the summer months, and things are heating up. We'll run down that music cast here coming up later on in the show. But make sure, again, you guys are definitely keeping up with what's going on at Coaches and with us at Rubbin' and Grubbin' for sure. So before we get into that who's hot and who's not, got to give a big shout out to my main man, Parker Eccles over there, owner-operator, Arbor Man Tree Service, the best tree service in Savannah. I tell you what, man, locally owned, locally operated, fully insured, whatever it is you need, make sure you're giving his team over there at Arbor Man a call. Doesn't matter, stump grinding, full tree removal, need an estimate, whatever it might be, make sure you're giving Parker a call over there at Arbor Man. As I like to say, no job too big, too small. Give Parker a call, man. I love you, brother. So getting into that who's hot and who's not, Young Money, man. Always got to stay number one on the hot list right now. I tell you what, after watching what that team did there at Nashville, qualifying horribly, spinning out early, coming back through the field twice, and I tell you what, bouncing back for a top 10 finish, it shows you why he's a champion for sure. Uh-oh, a little checkered flag for charity money coming in from Dan Walker right there. Dan, the man. The man knows more about NASCAR than I do. I love to talk to him. It's one of my favorite people up here. Thank you, Dan. I appreciate that. So, as I was saying, man, just that 5 teams got it together. Cliff Daniels, Kyle Larson, those guys are hard to beat. They unload fast. Now, I will say this. I will say they've been off. Denny Hamlin hinted at this a couple weeks ago. They had been off. We hadn't seen them go out and dominate and lead as many laps as we were per se in a way, right? We're used to seeing them get off the trailer, qualify fast, lead, win it in. You know what I mean? Now it's kind of more working his way up there. But you're seeing the talent and the drive. It's what builds and wins championships for sure. So Denny Hamlin, man, I'll move him up to second. Look, I like Denny. The more he's coming into his older age, he's a veteran. He's been around a long time. New crew chief, getting it together. You're showing the strength they showed there at Nashville, as well as other places throughout the year. Got their wins already. Again, he shows you why he contends for a championship every year. Maybe not necessarily wins it, but he does contend. So we'll see what that 11 team can do moving forward for sure. And Willie B, man, William Byron, I got to throw him in there. I think, arguably, if you want to go back over the last 3 to 4 weeks, he is probably the best Hendrick car out there right now. Dominated the 600, led again a few laps there at Nashville, had a really good car. Restarts were amazing. What you got, Dan? The last 10 races? Yeah, 9 out of 10. Yeah, Fords. Yeah, they've won a few, but I mean, anyways, Ford. I'm surrounded by Ford men, which are cuss words, so we'll throw $1 in there because Dan dropped the Ford word. But at the end of the day, I look at it like this, man. 24 is good, solid team. Again, Rudy Fugel, young driver, the 24. Jeff Gordon behind the scenes, championship year, if you ask me, for sure. So getting into that who's not, I mean, it's the usual suspects driver-wise. A Ford driver, Brad Keselowski, and Ty Gibbs are having some very dismal season. Keselowski, I think, is 32nd in points, and Ty Gibbs is 27th. So these guys, you would expect a little bit more out of them. We'll see. We're getting into that time of year. We're halfway through the regular season. Time to turn it on. Ford's going to get better. Like I said, the Indy 500's over. Ford in general is going to get better. We saw it this past week. But they got a lot of work to do. They need a win for sure. Both of those guys need a win. Ty Gibbs, both of them ran good at Michigan last year. Both of them did. Now, overtime finishes and different things that happened, but both of them did finish top 5, I think, last year. Gibbs might have been outside, but I think he was in the top 5. So we'll see what they do moving forward. But right now on the not list, it's always going to be called Atlanta Motor Speedway to me. I know people that went before I did when it was Atlanta International Raceway will always be known as that. I'll give you my thoughts on that in a little bit, but right now it's called for renaming. The branding of it, okay, but the renaming of it is kind of a little bit too much for me, but it happens, part of the sport. Kind of like Lowe's and Charlotte. It's all the same thing. Lowe's Motor Speedway, Charlotte Motor Speedway, we'll get into it. But Fox losing big time right now. They're on the cold list, man. Amazon Prime is absolutely killing Fox in broadcast coverage. I'm telling you, it is amazing. Carl Edwards, Corey LaJoy, Danielle Trotta, everybody that's involved in that broadcast right there is showing you why, as well as the network, side by side. Me and Lawrence were talking, I don't know, was it last 50 laps or 100 laps or whatever it is. There's no commercial breaks. It's amazing. I absolutely love it, man. Kudos and hats off to Amazon Prime and Fox. You got to get it together. You guys paying some money. You better get it together, man. So getting ready to get into that Nashville recap. But before we do, we're going to pause for station identification right here at Coach's Corner Sports Network. Hope you guys having a great Wednesday. All right. All right, man. Nashville recap. Like I said, Ryan Blaney comes out strong, finally slays the dragon, gets it off his back, man. I tell you what, dominated long run car for sure. Took him a while to get there. Took him a few laps to get up there, but once he did, nobody had anything for him. I had Hamlin here in our game of skill, and I looked good until I didn't. I saw Blaney, and I'm like, man, we just can't run those times average. I mean, Denny had a great average speed, just not as good as Ryan Blaney in the long run. So Blaney won it, finally did that. I mean, let's see, Penske would be the first team this year that has all drivers winning, right? Yeah, all three of them got to win. Ford. I know. But at the end of the day, hats off to them for sure. I mean, the 12 car deserved it, I think, more than anybody in Penske right now. He does. All right. Well, me and Dan gonna lie. You heard it. He's taking Fords this week for 100. I get the other two, or I got to pick one. I gotta pick one. All right. I'm gonna have to think about that. So Dan's got Fords, and I'll take either Chevrolet or Toyota for 100. I'll let you guys know how it all plays out next week on the show, but we'll see how it goes, man. Like I said, man, Denny Hamlin looked strong again. Oh, dollar bills flying. Denny Hamlin looked strong on the at the beginning of the race, just kind of faded. Didn't have that long run speed, man, but a good show for the 11. I mean, at the end of the day, did everything possible. 700 starts in NASCAR, which nobody has won on their 700 start. Gordon had the best finish until I think Denny tied it, right? Denny finished third? Yeah, Gordon was third too. That's all right. I think all Gordon, Denny had 700 in a row. Did he? Damn. He joins another list too. We'll see if he can get Gordon's consecutive numbers. And Harvick. Hell, you got to get Harvick too. We'll see what he can do. But at the end of the day, hats off to Denny. Good long career there, and you see what he's doing. He's still winning races. So at the end of the day, great driver. Carson Hocevar, I tell you what, man, he's making friends left and right out there. I tell you, whether you like it or not, he's 22. He's in the, Cup Series, making pretty good moves. Finished pretty good this past weekend. Pissing a lot of people off. At 22, I think we all piss people off. So, for me, it's that Ross Chastain factor of I don't care about anybody else and this and that. And really, he hadn't had to pay any of the repercussions yet on the racetrack. Corey LaJoie and Carl Edwards really hinted to that. Edwards said, Roush sat me down one time and said, yeah, you're running good, but you're not going to win the championship. Garage won't let you. And not saying Hocevar is a championship contender by no means, but I think, when you see a guy that's going to have a really good run like Hocevar and maybe be third and really fast and he's got to go buy a lap car, he's going to race him harder, or maybe they retaliate, or, you're back there in the pack and you qualify bad, or you get back there on track position and somebody doesn't cut you a break, it's going to come back to them. And it's a learning curve. I think there's a lot of guys that go through the sport one way or another. Either you give a lot and you learn a little, you learn a lot, you earn a lot of respect, and give up a lot of opportunities, or you go for it a lot and you learn a lot of lessons the hard way. I mean, Kyle Busch, we've seen a lot of these guys, Joey Logano, learn harder lessons. So at the end of the day, we'll see what Hocevar chooses to do, but he's not making friends. He pissed Stenhouse off, and, Ricky shows up this next weekend with them little cactus shorts on. He might be prickly like cactus, might be ready to fight you or something, but we'll see. I don't know. Carson Hocevar about 6'3", too. I don't know, man. He got the reach advantage. Like he's giving up probably 24 inches on a reach. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Best advice for Ricky would be get to him, pick him up, and body slam him, man. Yeah, cactus board shorts, baby. But a big shout out to Eric Jones as well, man. Got to give him a good, credit there. Birthday, I think. He turned 28 or something like that last week or week before. And man, it feels like he's been in it forever. But I tell you what, good run there in that 43 car. Kind of seeing him get some things built up over the last few weeks, whether it's John Hunter Nemechek or whether it's Eric Jones. They're starting to build a little momentum over there at Legacy. Jimmy talked about it a little bit, getting the right people in the right places. Now, consistency would be key. Top 15, being 15, 16, 14 every single week for Legacy would pay dividends. So we'll see if they can get there, but it's going to be awesome, man, for sure. So, again, for me, another great race there at Nashville. I like it. I love the fact it's on the schedule. It's unique. It brings a different style of racing. And I tell you what, it's awesome watching the way that these guys do their different things and set their cars up and run these different lines. And we never really saw the top come in this race. So it became very bottom dominant towards the end. So at the end of the day, it was just kind of one of those really cool things that we got to see. And every racetrack does different things every race. So I loved it. Hopefully Nashville stays on it. I wouldn't mind seeing Nashville in a playoff. I wouldn't mind seeing it be one of the last 10 races of the year, per se, for one of the road course or something different. Let's swap it up a little bit. And the weather can't be that bad in October, October, late September in Nashville. It's beautiful. So maybe it'll happen. We'll see. But just thought there from me. So getting ready to get into that Michigan preview, man. But before we do, Liberty Forge, keys to victory there at Michigan. I tell you what, man, fuel mileage. I think that there's things to be taught about fuel mileage racing at these big tracks that we've seen. It seems like over the last few years, Daytona, Talladega, Atlanta, have all been save fuel, save fuel, save fuel. Michigan could be no different depending on the way cautions fall and what happens. But absolutely love it. Fast, clean pit stops all day. Track position in Michigan may not be the toughest place to get it back, but at the end of the day, you definitely don't want to be playing a fuel mileage thing and lose track position compared to guys that might be able to make it a lap longer or a lap shorter than you. You don't want to be in that ballpark. So be fast on pit road, no penalties, good clean stops, getting the fuel into the car every stop as well. Fast car. It takes speed to win at Michigan. We're going to see who can go out and run it. We know, as Daytona, everybody likes to bring horsepower here. Everybody likes to bring aero here and run. But handling comes into play at Michigan as well. But you got to be fast, and you got to be able to handle. And you also got to be able to run that top at some point in time and just have the maneuverability of the car. So we'll see who can bring that. And last but not least, I just talked about it, track position, man. I think it's not maybe the biggest factor this weekend at Michigan as it is other places, but you definitely don't want to lose it. That is it. Clean air as well. You get out front. I think Michigan is the place you can run guys down just because of the way it is. But it is very air dependent, and dirty air does a lot to these cars. So we'll see what happens, but going to be awesome. But again, big shout out Liberty Forge. You see the hat, baby, the best forge wheels in the country, man. I tell you what, these things are fancy. Floating center caps, fully customizable. If you hadn't checked them out, make sure you go hit their website, Liberty Forge USA. Check them out, man. They are awesome, awesome, awesome wheels for sure. And big shout out to my boy Brian McCarthy as well for the hookup. Appreciate you there, brother. So again, Michigan preview, man. Super fast 2-mile track. Home of Ford. This is where they like to bring it. They like to bring it in and run hard. We'll see if they can do it again. Tyler Reddick, baby, came home victorious last year. A little overtime finish there. Found a way to get that win. But I tell you what, can he do it again this year? Make sure you tune in Sunday. Better yet, make sure you come up to Coach's Corner, Savannah's home for NASCAR racing right here live all the time. Soundgarden or inside. You guys see these TVs, man. They'll all be NASCAR. So make sure you're coming up, supporting a local business and the sport we love, man. It's a great win-win. So getting ready to get into those 5 drivers to watch, but before we do, we're going to hit that money line presented by Redfin Polarized, the best polarized sunglasses on the planet. You see them. I've had these bad boys for quite a few years now. I love them. These are probably one of my favorite sets of sunglasses I've ever owned, and I do own quite a few pairs of sunglasses. Again, Italian frames, Carl Zeiss lenses, all kinds of different polarization options, man. It doesn't matter whether you got a wall hanger or money on the line. Make sure you see it clearly with Redfin Polarized, man. Again, when you hit checkout, buying some swag, buying some glasses, make sure you use code Rubbin and Grubbin. Save you 15% at checkout as well, man. As I always love to say, live life fins up, Redfin Polarized, baby. So get into that top 5, and you guys should know I'm not going to venture too far out on a whim here, man. I'll take Kyle Larson number 1. Michigan, Ganassi, we seen what he can do. The man's going to run good. He's going to unload fast. He's bringing the thunder. You already know. 2, another Chevy. I'm telling you, William Big Hat Byron, baby, 24 car coming back. Jeff Gordon won a few Michigan races there in his day. Maybe we see the old Rainbow Warrior team going back to victory lane there with William, man. That's what I'm talking about, baby. 3, I'll take a Ford. I can't deny it. I'll take Ryan Blaney. Been fast all year out of that Ford camp. I expect no less, especially with the momentum after a win at Nashville. I expect Ryan Blaney to come back and contend for another win here at Michigan. Again, home track of Ford. Penske owned. I mean, come on, man. It's all the boxes. We're just doing this for Ford, but I'll take the bet. 4, 11, Denny Hamlin. I like his momentum going into the summer months. Might be a brand new dad with his first boy coming up. Hopefully, he better not be on baby watch. I didn't even know I picked him, and man, if he wouldn't have been in that race, I'd have been pissed. But at the end of the day, it didn't matter. But congratulations to Denny Hamlin being a new dad. But I'll take him 4th there at Michigan. 5, somebody I think very highly of, especially when we come into Michigan. Maybe not the finish last year, got caught up, but Christopher Bell. I'll take C. Bell running that top line as long as he stays out of trouble and good pit stops to contend for that win as well. You notice no Tyler Reddick on there, but on those dark horses, I'll take his teammate. I'll take Bubba. Got his first, top 25 finish the whole month of May. I think he finished outside the top 30 all the way up and fought back from a penalty last week to finish 5th. So big kudos to him there. I'll take him as a dark horse. I'll take Eric Jones as well. And last but not least, I will take the Prophet this Sunday. I will chime in and throw a little bit of money into the collection plate for the Prophet, Ty Gibbs over there. Top 3 finish there last year, top 5. We'll see if he can finally get the ball rolling, maybe contend for a win. But they're going to have to juice him up. We'll see what he can do. So getting ready to get into that hard right turn. Before I do, got to give a big shout out to Lamar's Body Shop, the best auto collision center in Savannah. Locally owned, locally operated, 35 plus years, taking care of Savannah's auto collision needs. The best in the business. Lamar and his team know exactly what they're doing, cutting no corners, giving it to you straight up. Doesn't matter what it is, man. Paint jobs, you need some parts replaced, you need fenders, you got in a wreck. Man, make sure you go check Lamar and his team out. Like I said, man, super, super great customer service, amazing folks, and quality work. So, again, 2301 Skidaway Road, hop, skip, and a jump from Coaches, kind of a win-win. 2301 Skidaway Road. Make sure you hit up Lamar. You'll see that number scrolling as well. As I always say, why settle for par? Go see Lamar, baby. I love you, brother. So, here we go, man. Hard right turn and pimping out these racetracks. Boy, I tell you what. I can't be mad at it. I mean, let's be honest. Let's get down to the nitty gritty and the brass tacks of it all. It's a money game now. NASCAR is a money game. We have track ownership, and let's be honest. Let's not act like we have 27 different track ownerships out there. How many do we have? You guys should know. We got 4 or 5 max. You got Penske. You got Marcus Smith. You got let's see who else we got out there. You got NASCAR itself, the France family, and Pocono still independently owned, or it gets sold. Is it still independently owned? Yeah, you know what I mean? Northwestboro, you might have a few, 4 to 5 max, all right? Own all the tracks. Marcus Smith, that family owned a majority of them. Bruton, we already know. The man, he built a freaking NASCAR dynasty in what he owns in tracks. And I don't know if anybody else knows or reads the article. I mean, Echo Park, Auto Trader, yeah, his dad started that business as well. That's his brother that they just signed this multi-year, multi-million-dollar deal with. So anybody that's out there going, it's kind of messed up. I mean, I agree, it's messed up. I don't like the fact we rebranded and we changed the name from Atlanta Motor Speedway into something different. I'd have to get into the actual financial aspects of it. Maybe the state of Georgia or the city of Atlanta or Hampton were paying into the upkeep of that facility. I don't know. But this is probably the next move you're going to see out of track ownership begin to do. Let's go ahead and rent out our sponsorship of our track that we get X amount of $1 million for every year. That's going to help the upkeep. That's going to help, keeping all the grandstands and the facilities in top notch and making upgrades and all these things. And all we got to do is just have the events come, host the events. And again, it's a family ordeal between those two guys right there. You see it at Circuits of the America and now at Atlanta, as well as sponsoring other races. I mean, they are a part of NASCAR. It is a big brand. It's not like somebody just came in and said, hey, we want a racetrack. And it's not the first time we've seen it. Lowe's Motor Speedway, Charlotte Motor Speedway. How many times have we seen something changed a little bit throughout the sport? Again, it's just a rebranding is the aspect of it. Renaming and rebranding are two totally different things. If we're going to rename to Echo Park Speedway, okay, but we rebranded as well. So with the rebranding, I expect up-to-date things at Atlanta. I expect if we're going to spend that kind of money, maybe we have a little more play in NASCAR to do things that I've been talking about there for a little while. Let's run a 1.5-mile package and a super speedway race there. Let's do super speedway in the spring and 1.5 miles in the summer or vice versa, right? It's unique. You can do it. And Atlanta is rebranded. So maybe we start seeing some of these upgrades and different things, which it is a great facility. I've been going there my whole life. I've seen it grow from some things that I promise you at 6 years old you should not see to, a very more family-oriented type of sport and what it is and just the upgrades there and a very fan-catering facility as well. Their amenities are good. What they have for fans is great. Camping areas are amazing. Certain things need to change and we need to help out and voice our opinion on that. But at the end of the day, I can't be upset for the Smith family, Marcus Smith or David Smith, for building on what their father built. One did this, the other one ran a racetrack, and here we are, and we meet in the middle, and it's two family-owned businesses that are together doing what they love and helping support a sport they love. It'll always be Atlanta to me. I will not be called Echo Man, Echo Park Man. That will not ever happen. It'll always be Atlanta Man for sure. But at the end of the day, through 2031, so we'll see. We got 6 years of sponsorship there, big money coming their way. We'll see how they use it. But I think this is going to be something you're going to see in NASCAR throughout. Not even individually owned. I think you're going to see NASCAR. Maybe not Daytona. But there's going to be a couple of those tracks they own that maybe is, Echo Park Speedway, Daytona International sponsored this and that. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see what it is, but it's a money game. So that's going to do it for the rubbing. We are on to the grubbing, man. And I just went with something super simple tonight. I tell you what, I had some lunch over at my parents' today. I'm not super hungry, but I will tear this up. And I tell you what, if you guys hadn't been up here for one of these yet, this is one of my favorite. I didn't go all the way in. I saved it. I'm going to juice it with some hot sauce when I get home. But we got the Gamecock fried chicken salad right here, baby. I mean, olives, onions, peppers, tomatoes, cheese, lettuce. I got the ranch. I'm getting ready to tear this thing down a little bit. Some crackers. I mean, come on, man. I like to spice it up. A little scorpion sauce, a little habanero, a little Reaper if I'm feeling real fancy. But I tell you what, man, some of the best food in the Savannah area right here at Coach's Corner. So many things customizable. I mean, they'll cook it the way you want it. Pizzas are amazing. Everything is par one. The service, the staff, the food. Make sure you're coming it out, checking it out right here at Coach's Corner, Thunderbolt, Georgia, baby, for sure. So, got the man, the myth, the legend himself coming up at 7 right here. Coach Carl DeMasi breaking down the Carl DeMasi Sports Report. And I saw this. Lawrence put one of these bad boys on. Oh, man, I got some new hats to be rocking out here. Coach got his own swag coming out. I guarantee you, Coach is going to make these available for a purchase or a donation to something. You know how Coach is, man. He's amazing. But he is keeping you up to date on everything that is happening in the city, everything that's happening, hopefully Major League Baseball with these Braves, and just how we just need pitching, like go buy Trevor Bauer from Japan and get him reinstated in the MLB. Like, somebody, please God, at the end of the day, I just send the Braves a miracle in their bullpen, because we have nothing other than Chris Sale right now. Spencer Strider's like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know where Strider's at, but anyways, I mean, give him like 2 weeks in the Bahamas or something, and then tell him to come back, and maybe, go to retreat. Go tell him to get with Aaron Rodgers, and you know what I mean. Do their little 48 hours in the darkness and come back a different human being, man, because this just ain't working for us. But I'm sure Coach is going to give you the rundown on all that, keeping you up to date again, like I said, and everything in the area. A great job. Make sure you're going out and subscribing to his YouTube channel as well. Like I say, man, I got to get in with the youth. Coach got the subscribers. I got to get them into NASCAR. We need like go-kart racing in high school or something, Coach, like prep sports, man. We got to talk about this. Like, build your own go-kart, bring it and race it, you know what I mean, type thing. Sign some waivers. Insurance probably through the roof for the school system. But at the end of the day, I think it'd be a great idea. That's going to do it for me. I am out. Oh, I do want to wish my aunt. It is my aunt's birthday today. Happy birthday, Aunt Nancy. That is my mom's name as well. But anyways, happy birthday to my aunt. Awesome lady out there holding it down. So want to wish her a very happy birthday. Love you, Aunt Nancy. Hope you're having a great day. That's going to do it for me, though. I am out. I hope everybody's having a good Wednesday. I'm going to go box this. We're going to see how we do in the NASCAR thing. We're going to see how we do on our money line this week. And again, make sure you're keeping up to date with that Twitter. Lawrence does a great job of posting all those odds we take. We're doing pretty good. We're missing a little bit. I'll get with you next week and give you those up-to-date stats that we're doing. But make sure you're following us. And as well, man, hey, like I said, life changes, comes at you fast, man. Whatever happens to you, make sure you're always living it in a positive way. Be positive. Head up, chin up. No matter what, remember, you're a beautiful person. You're an individual. There's only one you, and that's what makes you so beautiful and special. Love you guys. Enjoy your time. As always, stay safe. Till next time, love you. Wash your hands, y'all. Oh, yeah. Thanks for the hat, Coach.